What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my shiny ass head. No, I'm just kidding. Welcome back to the solo leveling Arise video. Thank you guys for joining me. So I'm going to be talking about something that's going to be creeping up ever so slowly on some of you players who are now sweating this game and wanting to advance super quickly. And that is unlocking your army of shadows. That's right. This is a huge topic. So get ready to get yourself strapped in, and we're going to talk about everything you need to know about this topic and how it all works. All right, so first off, when you beat Igris, the next following chapter, you're going to unlock the Shadow Igris, and you're going to be able to finally summon him. Now, here is how it works, okay? When you have Igris unlocked, you're going to have all team member crit hit rate increase by 4%. Now, as you increase his rank, that 4% will turn to 5%, then 6%, then 7%, etc. And as you increase the rank, you're also going to learn brand new skills along the way, okay? So that's how that works. Now, these ranks require you to use your Traces of Shadows. Now, Traces of Shadow does something very important. Not only does it rank up your elite units and promote them, but it also unlocks your actual shadows. So first thing you want to do, guys, don't make this mistake. Do not upgrade Igris. Unlock your shadows first. You should unlock every single shadow. So which shadows should you unlock and in what order? I'm going to explain to you guys. The first one should always be Blades. All right, Blades gives you all team members gaining 3% attack. Now, there's a limitation to this. So the universal captain of... Okay, so first off, actually, before I do that, let me explain to you how it works in regards to the buffs, okay? When you go to your team, the unit or the shadow that has this crown, it's called the Shadow Authority. That's the only buff you guys will get on your team. So if I take Igris out and I put Blades in the front, everybody here will only get the bonus that is right here. All team members increase by 5%. That's the only bonus you get. The only Shadow Authority bonus is the one that's applied in the front. Okay, you don't get all three bonuses. So keep that in mind. Now, the universal bonus that matters to 99% of players except for Choi is going to be Igris. Igris has the most effective stat because he gives crit hit rate to the whole team. Everybody can use that except for Choi. Attack, on the other hand, is the highest, is the best damage dealing one, but it only applies to units that scale off attack. So Cha, Jinu, etc. Right? Lim, whatever the case may be. Now, let's go back to the actual Shadow Army. So Blades should be your next unlocking shadow. He's going to cost 100 Traces of Shadow, so make sure you unlock him, okay? Very important to do that. Once you unlock him, you're going to have Tusk. Oh, sorry, not Tusk. Tusk is not out yet, by the way. For those who want to know, he's not out yet. Iron and Tank left, okay? Now, the option is up to you. I personally think choosing Iron is the better choice, okay? And the reason behind that is the more popular and more powerful characters that are tank spec'd all scale from HP. So if you put him as your leader and use, for example, Saw or Emma, you know, those kind of characters, or Min, they're all going to benefit from him being the leader in the shadow. So he would be your third best choice. And then the last choice would, of course, be Tank here, who gives all defense or all members 6% buff to their defense. So this will affect Dong Su, who else's defense? Beck, for example, regular Beck, etc. Right? So that's the order I would go in. So I would go Blades, Iron, and then Tank. Okay? Once you've unlocked all of those, it's up to you what you want to do. You can start now promoting, or you can save for Tusk. Now, Tusk, if you don't know, increases core damage for your entire squad. So that's what that ends up doing, okay? So make sure that you decide what you want. If you don't care about core damage, for example, if you don't use SM Beck or if you don't use Dong Su, etc., who are very heavily using core damage, then you don't want to use. Then you want to go ahead and start upgrading. Now, what happens when you upgrade? Like I said to you before, when you increase from Knight to Elite Knight, for example, you get the 1% bonus in your crit. But not only that, you're also going to get yourself some new skills. Each of these shadows have their own skill. So, for example, Igris has a basic attack. And all scales off of Jinu's attack, by the way. This is why attack scales so well. He has a powerful attack that does 4 strikes. He has a 4 strike here from a distance, like a quad strike here. He does a bleed as well. You guys can see here, bleed. This cannot apply to world bosses. That's only the dragon, by the way. And then he also has this that you unlock after getting him to knight status. He does a damage dealing move and then also increases the user's attack by 100% for 10 seconds. Now, you can see here, Blades does exactly the same thing. Attack, 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 and then duration. Okay, so they both have very similar setups here. The only difference here between the two is Blade is better for AoE. Igris is better for bleeding and single target damage and giving that bonus attack. They both do that, right? Now, as for these two guys, they have something different. They have basic attacks as well too, obviously, right? But then they also do taunts, and they also have decreased defense down, for example. So Iron has defense down, and then if you look at Tank, he's got a stun. So it's up to you which way you want to go. Again, the better of the two options for sure is going to be Iron and then Tank last. So it should go Igris, you get automatically, Blades, Iron, Tank, okay? Now, how do you get Traces of Shadows? This is going to be a question a lot of you guys are going to ask very, very often. Most of your Traces of Shadows are going to come from a couple different places, okay? Number one, it's going to come from your regular story mode. So when you do a lot of story mode, you're going to unlock a lot of different rewards. Many of these stages will drop Traces of Shadows, specifically hard mode. Hard mode drops a ton of Traces of Shadows, okay? So make sure, guys, when you are doing this, that you are going to be farming the hard mode as much as you can and take advantage of it. Traces of Shadows drop so often here that you're going to eventually have enough to unlock all 4 units just from this place alone. Now, the next place that it happens, and this is a lot more rare and it's in smaller quantities, are going to be in the gates. I'm going to go ahead and rescan and I'll show you guys a gate that drops it, okay? So for example, let's say this S rank you see here, you just got to look for these Traces of Shadows. I own 131. If I skip this one, let's just show you how this works. There's a probability that it will drop. Now, the higher the rating of the gate, the more chances this drops. Okay, you can see here I didn't get one, but if I try an A1, I may have a better chance here. Let's see, nothing there. Okay, so none there. Now, also, you're gonna need to get yourself shadows to summon. Okay, you can see here it doesn't show it there, but every time you do a Jinnu related gate, so let me find a better quality gate. They drop in better qualities more often. This is not a good one. We need like a purple, or there's a purple. Okay, so you guys can see here it doesn't show that those shadows drop, right? But in order to get these shadows, you got to do a Jinnu gate, specifically Jinnu gates. If you don't do Jinnu gates, you're not going to get these, right? So there you guys go. In order to actually summon your actual shadows, you need shades. So this is one way to get it, doing Jinnu gates. And then secondly, the 100% way to get it is doing a actual instance dungeon with Jinnu. These 100% drop shades for you. So a lot of people are going to run out of shades very soon. That's how you do it. Now, another big part to do with shades in your army is getting these army levels up. Okay, so you can see here I can actually level this one up from 23 to 28. This will give my total army more power and also sometimes increases my capacity of how much shades I can hold. So in this case, I can hold still, I go from 24,000 to 25,000. Now I can collect more shades along the way. You guys can see here I have 15,278 shades, which means if I run out of 0, I'm going to need to go and get some more of these, but I only max out at 25,000, then I cannot collect any more of these, okay? So growing your army is super important because it increases their total power, plus allows you to hold more shades, making it easier for you not to have to go back and farm them 24/7, which gets super, super annoying, okay? Remember, these shadows can be summoned on hunter mode and regular mode. So there you guys have it. That's everything you need from the Shadow Army of Shadows perspective. If you have any questions or comments, let me know. I can always help you guys out. Remember, these things here can also be gathered from the gates or from the shops, from the Battlefield of Time shops, and this will actually increase the stats of your shadows, just same way you can increase your hunter status. These ones are much, much harder to get, so take your time with these. They're not going to make or break you, but you guys can see you can go all the way down to the 4th level, which is exactly where your hunters can get to as well. So your Shadow of Army is just another hunter situation that you're going to have to focus on in the future. All right, guys, it's Payne. Hope this helped you guys out. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Take care.